that is the train trying to navigate a really, really obscenely sharp curve that leads out to the station. The interesting thing about that, well, like I said, when they were digging out the tunnels for the T in the 1890s, they uncovered about 1,000 bodies. Many of those bodies, most of those bodies, were found pretty much right here. See, they're digging, and a body comes out, and they say, well, that's weird, and they throw it aside, and they continue to dig. Body after body pops up, until finally they have a very nice pile of bodies. All these bodies have something interesting in common. They're all very similar looking, particularly the clothes, particularly the red coats. See, the Boston Common was occupied by British soldiers during the Revolutionary War. The area we're standing in now was a medical camp. The way a medical camp worked in the Revolutionary War, well, if you had a bullet wound, you were sent to the medical camp. The doctor, what he would do is take his hand, uncovered, probably right after doing this to somebody else, and find your wound, he'd stick his finger in it, dig around, hopefully he would find the bullet, get rid of it, wrap you up, and you're good to go. And so usually, if you didn't die from the wound itself, you probably would die from the infection that the doctor gave you, which resulted in a very, very large number of British casualties. And so what they ended up doing over here was digging a huge pit, throwing all the bodies into it, and then burying it at the end of it. And that's what the T excavators found by mistake. The other interesting thing about that curve, which kind of goes hand in hand with the pit of dead British guys. Another reason for that screech, obviously, the train is attempting to go slowly around the curve. Many times, when there's a new guy being trained to operate the T, the employee who's training him likes to make him go to Boylston Street. A, because it's funny to watch him try and get around the curve. B, because of what is said to be waiting for him on the other side. Now this has been reported so many times that they are now filming a documentary about it. What is sometimes reported to be waiting on the other side? Well, the T operator will come around the curve, and a man will be standing in the middle of the tracks. A man wearing a red coat, holding a musket, simply standing perfectly still, straight on with the T. It's very hard to stop a train, so usually the train just goes right through. Now at first, people thought it's a college student playing a prank. There are a lot of schools around here, it's entirely possible. However, there have been investigations done, investigation after investigation. This has been a very big deal around these parts, and nobody has ever been found on the tracks. Nobody's ever been injured or hurt at all as a result. Security's been upped a little bit because of it. And like I said, this has happened so many times that the documentary's actually being filmed. I've yet to see it myself, however, it's very hard to get in the front seat of a Green Line train. But I suggest that if you have to take the Green Line, try and sit in the front seat. Just see maybe if you can see it. Before we move on, I do like to ask at this point, I've had plenty of experiences of my own, so I do like to open